All right. Hey, all you people. My name is Nikki,
Now, Alicia.
and this is our podcast, Two Corny Girls. We are two lifelong best friends who are currently, unfortunately, separated by distance, quite a bit of distance. So, we are going to be doing weekly meetups here on Zoom, and we are bringing you all along for the ride.
We have a lot to say, a lot of opinions, and 90% of them don't make sense to anybody but us, but hey, here we are.
If nothing else, it'll be fun.
Yeah, right.
All right. So today, if you know anything about us, which you don't, but you're going to real quick, we love Disney. So today we thought we would do a little Disney tier list, a Disney parent tier list to be specific.
Yeah. Can
So
we can we just talk about, I'm sorry, while we're looking at this, I'm looking at Andy's mom and she does not look happy.
no,
She does not look happy to be here. I'm sorry. That was
I
the
didn't
first thing I noticed, and I had to point it out.
I didn't realize I chose that picture, so sorry, Andy's mom. Um, all right. So
So, do you want to just go right down the line, or are we just gonna?
we'll just go down the line.
Okay.
Well, and for everybody listening and or watching, preferably watching for this one, uh, we our criteria might be a little interesting because part of my thought process is which of these parents are the DILFs and MILFs? Who do I want to be fucking? And then the other part of my process is how are they as a parent?
So, I mean, I guess we kind of got to rate them on both and put them on the tier list, accordingly.
Absolutely, for sure. Okay, so we'll start with Aunt Cass. Not a parent, but a parental figure. A lot
I'm
of
gonna say
these
she
fall into that
counts.
category, so
I'm gonna say she definitely counts as a parent at this point. She gets a pass.
she does. So on the
Um,
hotness scale, I think we're going up here. But
you'd
on,
you'd give her an S?
oh, I'd give her an A, maybe.
I'd give her an A. But
Yeah,
parenting puts her in the S because she tries so hard, in my opinion.
I agree.
Like, she is there for them boys.
I know. She tried so hard to make Hero feel better.
Yeah.
And
Got the parenting book and like took on two kids that weren't hers. Like, come on.
you're so right.
I think she deserves it.
You're so right.
If anything, I feel weird starting out straight with
I
an S
know.
tier, but she is worth it.
I know. She is worth it. Okay. And
Is
then
that
we
Charming's
have
dad?
that is
Charming's
yes.
dad, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Prince Charming's dad. I'm gonna be honest, Cinderella isn't my favorite, so I don't know. I don't super know how he is as a parent.
Uh,
But if he's a king, like he can be great, right? Like they never are.
no, I don't specifically remember a whole lot of the Cinderella movies, but I remember like in the third or second movie, he like was refusing his son to like go down the stairs for some reason, and so his son like straight jumped out the window because he wouldn't move. So I that alone, I'm gonna put him at like a C or a D for me, but also he's not really my type to
Yeah.
get it down with.
Yeah.
So
He's definitely not a DILF, that's for sure.
I mean, he seems sweet, but like, I don't know. Refusing to let your son go down the stairs so he has to jump out a window is kind of a
L-
dick move.
little bit of a turn off, yeah.
I don't know the whole context, but it's still a dick move.
For sure. Okay, we're putting him in D.
Okay.
He deserves it. It's what he deserves.
Okay.
Okay. And then we have Pongo from the Dalmatians, 101 Dalmatians, of course. I
I mean,
definitely
it's
don't
a
want to fuck
dog.
him. Yeah,
I
I
was
was
gonna
gonna
say it's
say
a dog.
definitely don't want to fuck him. But
I
as a
mean, as a
dad,
dad, I guess,
he's
average.
he's got 100 babies. He's doing the best
Okay.
he can.
That's fair. That's fair. Maybe a
Um,
B, in
yeah,
my opinion. I put it at B because like I know he didn't choose to have 100 puppies, but
no,
it's fine. He's doing his best. But he's
he's
also,
happy.
not the best.
Not the best, no. And I think I would say the same about I'm gonna seem like such a Disney poser, but I can't remember the mom's name.
That's fair.
But I'm gonna go ahead and say that she probably is in the same rank.
Yeah, that's fair.
Um, so next would be Marlon,
Marlon.
who, as a
Okay.
parent, he's like S tier.
I was gonna say he crossed the entire fucking ocean for that little fish.
Yeah,
But again,
but
he is a fish.
he's so as a DILF, he's D. So
Can we average it at like a B?
I would
Or
even
would
bump him.
you put him as an A just based solely on crossing the entire ocean?
I'd consider an A
Okay.
because like
It's like an A minus, but it's an
for sure, yeah, yeah. Yeah.
A.
He made the grade, but just barely.
Just barely.
This one came out kind of weird, but this is Augustine Madrigal.
It's so wild that I could tell who that was just on the bod.
He's got that bod.
He does. I
Um,
think again,
as
I don't want to be giving out A tiers like
I
crazy, but
know.
I would put him at A tier because like he's attractive and like he tried to like stick up for his family and his daughter. Like he
Yes,
tried.
his whole thing throughout the movie is he's looking out for Mirabelle, and
Hmm.
I just love that. I love their relationship. So
Oh, I do
yeah,
too.
I would put him at an A probably.
Okay.
His clumsiness is kind of cute too. Like something to be said for a clumsy guy. I don't know.
That's fair. I agree.
It's like Ron Stoppable vibes. And then obviously Mr. Incredible, even though it also got cut off. Um,
Um,
as a parent, kind of questionable sometimes.
yeah, I was gonna say like he kind of redeemed himself in the second movie, but in that first movie, it was really kind of all about him.
Yeah, but
But he
that
did
bod
redeem
though,
he did redeem himself in the second movie. That bod,
that bod.
I'd put him at a B just because of how he was in the first movie,
Yeah, I think that's a good average for him.
sneaking around, you know.
Then we have Andy's mom, who looks very sad.
See,
Um,
we don't really get a whole lot about his mom, but she seems like a very good parent, like to her kid.
yeah, I mean, I have no
Like,
reason to think she's not.
right.
She's kind of cute. She just looks really sad in this picture.
Yeah. I I'd say she'd probably average.
I put
Um,
I I don't want I just don't know a lot about her, so
yeah, I'd put her maybe in a C just because we really don't have a whole lot of info on her. We know she's a decent parent. Like, putting her in C doesn't mean she's not a good parent.
for
It's
sure.
just we don't really know a lot about her.
I agree. And we have Chief Tui. Close
Um,
enough.
I don't know. I kind of have thoughts because like
Me too. Me too.
he kind of came off as like a dick in the beginning,
Mm-hmm. See,
but that bod.
that bod though. But here's my thing. I'm conflicted on him because he he doesn't come across as a great parent all the time just because he's too controlling, you know? But at the same
Right,
time, he's just trying to look out for Moana, you know?
right.
He's just misguided. I don't know. I think he can go in B.
Yeah, if we need to change it, we can. But
We can
yeah,
adjust
yeah,
at
I
the
can.
end if needed.
Okay, I can go with that.
Because like on a purely bod level, he'd be an A, but on a vibe level, I think it knocks him down a little bit.
Right. Mufasa.
Mufasa.
Uh, I don't
Hmm.
know.
He's a better father after he dies, I feel like.
I thought he was a decent father when he was alive. You know, he taught Simba a lesson and you know, he did the good parenting thing. But
He
again,
did.
he's a lion, so if we're going both parenting and would I fuck him,
Yeah.
I
I wouldn't fuck him.
I wouldn't fuck him. But he is a halfway or he is at least a decent parent.
You want to use the same logic as Pongo. And
Yep.
yeah. And then we have the other Madrigal, Felix. Not as attractive as Augustine, but
But he's
also
a good parent. We're
he's
getting
a
a lot of B tier, and I think it's just because we're so indifferent about so many
I
people.
know. See, he's a
But
good parent to his kids, but the way
right,
he treats Mirabelle really irritates me.
yeah,
He's a good parent, maybe not great uncle all the time.
yeah. I
But
maybe a C,
yeah, I mean, I
maybe a
wouldn't
C.
fuck him. Peppa can have him. That's all I
Peppa
gotta
can
say.
have him. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my
Um,
God.
this is Mulan's dad. You can't really tell. I mean, you kind of can, but
No, yeah, you can tell. Um,
he's all right.
he's a good he's a good dad. Um,
I don't remember a lot about him, to be honest. I haven't seen Mulan in a while, and
he had some wise words to say towards kind of like the end. Um,
mm,
but I also wouldn't fuck him.
me either.
A C, I
Yeah,
think, in my opinion, C.
I could agree with that. Poor Prince Charming's dad. Aunt Cass is going to be dominating up here, although she's about to get a friend,
I
I
know, I was
think,
gonna say, but
because
my boy Goofy is next. Like, drop Goofy in S
I
tier. Like,
can't.
I have no fucking shame, girl.
No discussion necessary. It's Goofy. It's
It's
Goofy.
Goofy.
He's an amazing father, and
Like, does everything for his son. Like, come on now.
he's perfect. I love
And
it.
like, let's not forget, like, yes, he's perfect in like all the cartoons. He's goofy, he's silly, he's a great dad. But can we talk about the goofy cast members at Disneyland?
Yes, they're so amazing and
Every goofy character we encountered was so pleasant and so
so
fun.
fun. Yes, and they were like, I know Goofy's technically a dog, and like maybe I don't want to necessarily fuck him, but like the Goofy cast members are like such gentlemen. They're so sweet, and it's
They
so
are.
so fun to
Whether it's a
interact with
woman
them.
in that costume, a man in that costume, I don't care. They do a phenomenal job at Goofy.
They do.
Like the amount of times Goofy like waved at us, blew a kiss at us, waved at us
I
from
know.
above. It was just so attentive. I'm
I
like,
love
mwah, Goofy, S tier, my baby.
I love Goofy so much. Okay. Um, King Triton. Uh,
I'd fuck him, but I don't want him as a dad.
yeah, yeah, I'm with you on that.
Like, I understand, your daughter's 16, you want to, control her. Like, that's fine. I get it. She's 16. She shouldn't be going off for a man anyway. But his anger issues, I could never.
I know.
I could never.
Mm,
I teetering between an A and a B, but I think B is probably,
I think B is more fair. As much as I
yeah,
don't want to throw everyone in B, but
I know.
oh well.
Everybody's just kind of mid. I'm sorry.
I know. And Maurice, I believe. My blind ass can't really see, but
Yeah, that's Murray's.
okay, I thought so.
Um,
He's a good dad. I have
he
no
is.
complaints as a dad.
No. Oh
I
my
just,
goodness, baby. Sorry, I got my baby here.
you're good. I definitely wouldn't fuck him though.
No. Again, I think just toss him in B and then give me a second to grab my child.
You're good. Next is Geppetto.
D just because he's creepy.
Yeah, I'm with you on that.
I'm sorry, like
He,
creating a little boy puppet is just kind of creepy in my opinion.
that is really creepy.
Granted, he wanted to be a dad to it, but it's still just way too creepy in my books.
It was really weird. Mother Gothel, okay. Okay. As a character, amazing, but
Hmm.
also awful. But as a parent, just straight awful.
Yeah, like yeah, she just straight deserves D tier. Like yeah, she's hot when she's not like old,
Mm-hmm.
but like
Not worth it.
mm-mm.
And okay, if you play Disney Dreamlight Valley,
Oh
she
my God.
she throws shade constantly, and it's so annoying. Like I'll make a cute outfit, and then I'll just go up to her, and she'll just be like, "Oh, you look nice," but
Just a
not.
backhanded comments
It's
that get me
always
like,
something.
girl, if you don't get the fuck out my valley.
I wish I could remember what she says, but there's always something.
There is always something.
All
D.
right. Yep. Another
Just
D.
straight D tiers. Fuck this
Fuck
bitch.
this bitch. We got Thomas O'Malley.
Oh, B or an,
He,
you know, I'd put him in A. He is charming. He is so sweet. I don't care that he's a cat, but you know what? He
he's
saw a beautiful cat, saw that she had kittens, and was like, I'd adopt them kittens.
he did. He stepped up. He
He
really did.
stepped up like first day.
He did. And then Nani.
I'd put her at an A or an S.
I
Like
know.
she stepped up when their parents died, like
She's like 19, bro. She's just his older sister doing her best. I mean,
right? Like she's trying to get a job. She's trying to like not discourage Lila's interests. And
and
like yeah, she yells and she gets frustrated, but any parent when you're taking care of like your little sister trying to be a parent, you just lost both your parents. You're gonna yell, you're gonna get angry sometimes. And
exactly.
like she's got a nice bod.
Yeah,
Sorry.
that bod though.
I'm
She
sorry.
thick.
She does. She's thick.
She thick. I don't know what happened to this one, but this one's Bambi's mom. Um,
I
I'm not.
don't, I mean, she dies like immediately, so
There's
like I'd
there's
honestly
not
put her.
much to say. So
I
indifference.
was gonna say maybe C, honestly, just because of the deer factor.
That's you make a good point. You make a good point. Then we have the fairy godmother, who level with me here.
Okay.
I don't want to fuck her, but after playing Disney's Dreamlight Valley and having her in there, she has really grown on me as like a grandmotherly figure.
I could, I'll go with that. That's fine.
So I'm thinking, is she good enough to go in A though? I'm gonna put her in B
I
only
was gonna,
because
s-
I don't want to fuck her at all.
gonna say I'd agree with B, even though our B tier is getting really full, but that's okay.
What are you gonna do?
Some people are just mid. You can't help it.
Nope. And then we have the mom from Turning Red,
See,
Ming Lee, I think her name is.
she tries to be a good mother, and she doesn't realize how overbearing she's being.
Mm-hmm.
But girl, she showed up at my school trying to give me pads, spying on me because she think I got my period.
Yeah, I'd be concerned. She's a little crazy for me.
But at the same time, she is cute.
She's
But
cute
I think I'd still put her in C just because of how overbearing she is. Like she does not realize how overbearing she is.
for sure. It's too much. Then we have Riley's mom.
I haven't seen Inside Out 2 yet, unfortunately. Um,
Same.
but I mean, she seemed
Um,
all right in the first one. I didn't really have any complaints. She seemed to really care about her daughter.
yeah, I think she's probably B, just mid.
Yeah,
Yeah. We got Kanga. I love Kanga.
you love
Like,
Kanga.
I love Kanga.
I only know a little bit. I don't have a whole lot of background or opinions, so I will let you make the choice on where you would like to put Kanga.
Okay, well, obviously as a kangaroo, I don't want to fuck her, but her and Rue are just so cute. She's such a good mom. She's always looking out for Rue, and I would I don't want to fuck her though. So, she can go and be. She's as a mom though, she's more than mid. I just need that to
Okay.
be known. I need that to
Okay.
be known. Okay. Then we have King Fergus.
Um, you know, I think he belongs in C.
Yeah, I don't really like
He
his
just
parenting
didn't,
style.
yeah, I mean, he seemed to support his daughter and like he like threw jokes and all that, but at the same time, did he really support her if like he was still on board for her getting married when she didn't want to?
Exactly.
Like I
And
just
I
I
definitely
can't
don't want to fuck him.
no.
Yeah.
He goofy though. He's fun to talk to, but
Yeah.
that's about it.
Yeah. Pass. Pass on that. Then we have Chicha, who we
A,
love.
A,
Hey,
I love her.
I love her too.
Phenomenal. Like straight up just mm.
I know, even as like heavily pregnant as she is, she's still working it, you
Oh
know.
yeah, she got it.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't know who this is. What?
I'm trying to, it's such a small picture. Who is that? Oh, is that Uh, Rapunzel's dad.
Oh, it is.
I can't.
Yeah,
I kind of noticed the charm he was wearing, and I was like, oh, that's. I think that's Rapunzel's dad. Yeah,
it is. Yeah.
I'd put him at an A or a B. Like we
Yeah.
don't really see him the whole movie, but he seems like a good guy. He's attractive, and
I
I
mean, he's
watched the
definitely
Tangled.
attractive.
I watched the Tangled series, and like he was kind of silly, kind of out there, a little boring, but he was overall still just being a good dad. So,
I would agree with that. I'll give it an A. Then we have our last Madrigal, Julieta Madrigal.
mm,
I'd say
you know,
as a parent, she's like A or S, but
yeah, maybe, but I don't know.
but she's
Just
not,
got to go to B.
yeah, she's not cute to me though. I mean, she is,
As
but
a
not
parent,
not
she's
in that
still
way.
kind of questionable because, like, I know she kind of stuck up for her a few times, but at the same time, it wasn't hard enough.
Yeah, I agree.
The Sultan
The Sultan, yes. As a dad, like S tier.
S, like he did his best. I love him,
But
but
since he's so roly poly, I'm bumping him down to an A.
roly poly. Okay,
Is
Simba.
Simba as a dad, pretty good.
Yeah, I'd put him as an A or an S as a dad. As a lion, I'd probably drop him maybe an A.
Yeah,
Granted, we would fuck a lion, but we're all aware that he's still cute for a lion.
he's a cute lion for sure, but I
So, I
wouldn't
mean,
fuck a lion.
I'd personally put him in A.
I could get behind that. And then we have not Wendy, darling. We have Wendy's mother.
Yes. Um, they were kind of absent for most of the movie. She is cute though,
It's
but
true.
I'd put her maybe in C
You
just
know,
because she was absent for most of the movie.
there's something that isn't discussed enough, and I'm going to. They were leaving a dog in charge of their children so they could go out for the night.
You know, that is not discussed enough. I forgot.
So it's
D?
no wonder. Yeah, no, that's terrible. I never thought that hard about it before, but I just thought about it. I was like, they left a dog in charge of their children. What are they
Like they're
doing?
three kids.
Oh my God.
Damn. Okay, yeah, you made a good point.
uh, and then we have Tarzan's gorilla mom.
A. I'd put her at A. Like she saw like a baby that wasn't even her own species, and like she was grieving the loss of her own child and took this other species and raised him even though like people judged her for it, and she stood behind him every second of the day.
I
Like every
agree.
choice he made, she was there.
I agree. She's good. Not gonna fuck a gorilla, but she's an amazing mom.
Yeah.
It makes up for it. Then we have Mulan's mom, question mark, which
Um,
we
yeah,
don't
that is
really
Mulan's mom.
we don't really see very much.
Yeah, I'd toss her in C just because I mean I know it's cultural stuff. She can't really do a whole lot, but like C.
Yeah, I'm with you. And we have Tiana's mom, who's amazing.
She is amazing.
Honestly, I'd put both Tiana's parents in A.
I could agree with that. They were good parents, especially the daddy.
And he's also daddy. So
Yes. Yes, he is, buddy. I'm sorry.
and then we have Hera, Hera, however you say it.
I'd go C or
Hercules'
a
mom.
B, honestly.
Yeah, she's not a great parent. She's pretty, but
She pretty.
um then we have
C or a D. I didn't like her.
yeah, I didn't like her either.
Like, granted, she kind of redeemed herself at the end a little bit, but the whole movie, I was like, I hope you stay a bear, bitch.
I hope you stay a bear.
S.
Uh S tier.
It's
I
just
love.
straight S tier. I love
Yep,
her.
me too.
Phenomenal.
And then we have the darling's dad.
D.
Yep, right
Right with the
behind his
mom. Yep.
wife. Yep. Mrs. Incredible.
I'd put her at an A. I mean, she
Yeah,
cares about her kids. She cares about their education. She doesn't want them to break the law, but she wants to make a better world for them. like,
I get behind
you
that.
know, yeah,
And she thick.
she's thick with them thighs, do.
What them thighs do, girl. Mrs. Potts.
Um,
As a mom, maybe A, but as a teapot, maybe B.
yeah, yeah, I can get behind B. Is that supposed to be Nala or
That's Nala. Or
okay?
is it Nala or Sarabi?
I
Unsure.
can't tell. Either
Well,
way,
either way, I think I
yes,
feel the same.
yeah, B
B.
mid,
Yep.
yeah.
And then
Moana's mom.
Moana's mom. Yes.
You know, I I feel so bad throwing another person in B, but
I
at the
know.
same time, when she saw Moana like leaving, she was like, she's onto something. I gotta let her go. And I think
Hmm.
that trust alone should put her like at like an A minus. Like she's just barely made the A.
I could get behind that.
Just barely made the A list.
She's just like one step ahead of her husband. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, I can get behind that. Okay.
And she cute. She cute.
She's cute. She's cute.
Our S tier choices are questionable, but
They
you know,
are.
that's
But
just us.
you know what? I expected nothing less, honestly.
Some of our Disney parent opinions might be pretty unpopular. You guys might not agree with them. That's totally fine. But I do know Nikki had a Disney unpopular opinion Reddit story she wanted to share. So what is that? Because I have not heard the story yet. I just know that you have something really interesting.
I do. Okay. So, another thing you probably don't know about us, but you're gonna know real quick, is that we went to Disneyland about, oh my
Two
God,
years ago?
almost
It
two
was
years ago now.
2020.
Yeah,
2020. No, was it 2020? It was 2022.
2022. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I was gonna say we didn't go to Disney in a pandemic.
No.
Um, but we went to Disneyland. It was a big trip. We planned it together. It was everything. It was great. But this post I found on Unpopular Opinions is titled Disneyland just isn't worth it anymore. And I thought we might have, a little bit of a perspective on that, given that we uh have been to Disneyland and can give an opinion on if we think it's worth it. So
Sure.
let's see. Maybe I'm just old and jaded, but what the hell happened to this place? Literally everything is a queue. Going to the bathroom, queue. Wait, going to the bathroom, queue. Want to eat? Queue. Want to buy a souvenir? Queue. Want to get a glimpse of something? Queue. Now, I'm not talking about having to stand in line for 5 minutes. I'm talking 20 to hour long lines for things that are not even rides. The rides themselves are just atrocious. Minimum wait of 2 hours to go on a ride that lasts 3 minutes. If you look at the way these new rides are built, 99% of the ride is just space for the queue. Now, on top of paying nearly $300 for one day at the park, Hopper Pass, you have to also purchase $20 passes to get on rides. Otherwise, you're going to waste your entire day sitting in a 3 hour line. We purchased a Genie Plus pass that was just enough to get us on a few rides. And the one attempt we made to get on a ride without the Genie Pass, we waited for 2 hours, only to have the ride breakdown. Of course, Disneyland doesn't do rain checks unless you have a fast pass. The nail in the coffin is that Disneyland doesn't really offer anything other than other amusement parks don't offer anymore. The ride technology, themed areas are on par with other places like Universal Studios, which is less than half the cost. Any edge they have on the quality is completely diminished by the sheer amount of people and lines you have to compete with constantly. It's hard to notice all the details and work that was put into the park when you're just constantly in a sea of people. And I just don't see the money or effort being worth it anymore. It's pretty apparent that Disney's popularity just continues to soar and ticket prices continue to rise. So the park will only continue to become more expensive and more crowded.
Well, don't they sound fun to be on vacation with?
I know.
So
And
they're going to a park that they know is admired globally and will be busy.
mhm,
Waiting in line is part of what you're gonna do.
yeah. And I agree. That's like the shitty part of going to any amusement park, but it's just part of it, you know?
Right. I
And
mean, it also depends on what time of like the season you go and everything.
this part is up to opinion. I guess it depends like what you want from your trip. Like what we wanted was a Disney experience, so that's what we enjoyed most. But I personally, since we also did go to Universal Studios, I personally would have taken another day at Disney over Universal.
Yeah, honestly, like I personally don't feel like when we went, the lines were that terrible. Yeah, there were some that said they had like an hour, 2 hour wait, but we just decided to not do that one
Yeah,
if we didn't.
exactly.
Or if it got slower during the end of the day and there was a less wait, we went and did it. Like
Exactly.
we just kind of facilitated it based off of how the day was going and more along lines, just enjoyed the vibes.
Yeah. If you use the app to look at what times or what the wait times are for different rides, you can just plan it from there. And
Right.
you can, we got a few good rides in, like we weren't waiting all day in lines.
Right. Like I
And
know Disney World is a lot more busier than Land, but I know this person specifically talking about Land, and I
mhm.
personally did not think Land was that crazy busy when we went.
No, and we went in the dead of summer too. It was,
Yeah, June, the first week of June. So
yeah,
like people were out of school in that
time
side of the
period. Yeah.
region. Um,
I
so
don't
I mean,
know.
I don't know what time of year that person went, but I I guess it just really depends on what they want to spend for their family, if rides are more important to them than like the Disney ambiance.
Hmm.
Because if rides and like less wait times are more important to them, go to Six Flags.
Yeah. Go to
I'm
Six
sorry, just go
Flags,
to
go to
Six
Knott's Berry
Flags.
Farm, go wherever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But if you enjoy the Disney ambiance, your kids enjoy the Disney ambiance, you like seeing the characters, you like spelling the area, you can be happy standing around for an hour in line, just then go to Disney. If you're gonna
exactly.
be grumpy about it, go do something else.
It's really not that hard. But I, all that to say, I do agree. It's very expensive. The wait times can be atrocious and the people are very annoying. That being said, if you want to go to Disney, it's still worth it, you know? Like it just it's still a Disney experience and even just being there like I enjoyed a lot anyway.
Right, and prices are going to continue to go up. We have to just face that reality. We went a couple years ago, and looking recently, I know the prices have increased. I don't
Hmm.
want to say double, but I know they've gone up at least a couple $100 from.
I'm sure it's different if you're like doing like a day trip because
Right,
you live in the area versus like going on a vacation. You have time to fit in everything you want. So
right. Because I mean, we did have an entire week to kind of space it out, take our time. Some people aren't that lucky and can only take a couple days or 3, 4 days, so the long lines do get irritating, and I can sympathize with that.
for sure,
So, is Disney worth it? That's going to be your personal opinion. And
for sure.
if you want to make it worth it, there's ways to make it worth it.
Exactly. And honestly, waiting in the lines, unless rides are like really your thing, waiting in lines is not the way to make it worth it. Because
No.
the only really long line we waited in was for the Web Slingers ride. We
Hmm.
waited for like an hour and a half for that, but like that ride was just okay,
Yeah,
Like
right. It was really mid.
yeah, so
I I was upset about that a little bit, but at the same time, like I had fun standing in line. It was air conditioned for most of it, so like I can't
yeah.
really complain too much.
They are right that like most of the building around the ride is actually just for the queue though, which is at least they air condition it and make
I
us
was
more
gonna say at
comfortable.
least there's an inside air conditioned part.
Hmm.
So like I'd rather that than have me standing outside in the sun.
Me too. Me too.
I will perish.
Me too. I'm not made for that California heat.
Ah, it's
Uh,
wild though. It really wasn't that hot when we went because like it was
right?
nice and cool when we got up, and then it only started getting hot like midday.
For
I don't know.
June,
It
it was
was
really
nice.
surprising. Yeah,
Oh yeah, it was nice.
it was really nice. So another thing about me is that I love dark, terrible facts. I love to share them and I love to ruin people's day, especially Alicia's. Um,
What do you got?
so today I have a Disney World themed fact
Of
for
course you
you,
do.
of course. Um, this is actually Disney World, but I digress. Um, on Thursday, August 28th, 1980, they put out an article that goes as follows in Orlando, Florida. A rare but deadly disease caused by an amoeba found in the Florida freshwater lakes has claimed its fourth victim, a New York youngster who spent his vacation swimming at Walt Disney World's River Country. The brain disease, amoebic meningoencephalitis, that's not right, attacks the nervous system in the brain, the doctors say, and it killed two Florida children earlier this month and appears to have been the cause of death for another youngster. The latest death was an 11-year-old boy who visited the Orlando area during August, and swam in the water attraction at Disney World. The child died after the amoeba entered his nose and went through the nasal passage and attacked his nervous system, including the brain. The boy, who was not identified by New York or Florida health authorities, died last Friday. So, yeah, in the 80s, there was a brain eating amoeba at Disney World that killed a little boy.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
Poor little boy.
I know. It is terrible, but
They don't still have brain-eating amoebas, do they?
I don't know.
Okay,
But
great.
it seems like there was an outbreak of brain eating amoebas around Florida at the time. And it just happened to make it into Disney World, but that doesn't give me a lot of confidence on how clean their water is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, okay. Well, now I'm gonna be thinking about a poor little freaking boy the rest of my day. Thanks.
Yeah.
Love that. Thank you.
You're
Thank
welcome.
you.
You're welcome. I've officially ruined your day. And it's only 10:30.
Okay. Thanks.
You're welcome. Um, so that's all we got for you. Now that I've ruined her day, my job is done.
Thank you everybody for watching. This week's episode, next week's episode, we'll just have to wait and see what sort of topic we get into.
Absolutely. Join us next week if you enjoyed this one, and we'll see you then.
See you later.